Hey guys, give me just a second because of stuff. Okay. I thought I'd do a destruction stream tonight. I'm waiting for Planet Coaster to be released at some point, either midnight tonight or 6 p.m. tomorrow. Might be doing a stream on that, we'll see. Both how I feel and quite when the game's actually released, of course. So there's that. And of course, at the moment in America, you are suffering the end of the world. Possibly. I'm being sort of a bit over the top there. I don't think much will change. It's more. I mean, I'll get all the politics bit out of the way first, because this is after all meant to be a destruction stream away from all that nonsense. If Trump gets in, all it could do is just give idiots a bit of a voice. We've seen it in the UK after Brexit. Hate crime rose by 41%, which is colossal. And because Brexit basically gave people the voice to, well, not even the voice. They suddenly believed that they were in the majority, and then they believed that what they were doing was the right thing by kicking people to death and telling people to go home. The vast majority of people in the UK don't feel like that. It's just a tiny minority of absolute idiots who believe that that's fine. That's the risk that Trump really poses. That his what he's saying and what he stands for could corrupt the American people in some ways. Hillary, she's corrupt as hell, but her money comes from dodgy places. She's basically your bog standard corrupt politician. The crazy thing is that America is absolutely huge, and America could only find these two idiots to speak for its interests. These are the two most popular candidates. I mean, what the hell is America doing? But anyway, enough of all that. Let's do some missions, shall we? So, right, I am in Elite Dangerous at the moment, and my plan is to jump to the shipyard. Right, there are all types of ships here. We've got our Sidewinder, which is terrible, our Eagle, which is not bad, Haulers, Cobras, Asps, Type 7s, we'll get back to that one, an Orca, Type 9, etc, etc, including this one, the Federal Corvette, which is 187,969,451 credits. And that's just stock. So it's also going to require an awful lot more work on it to make it reasonably decent. Plus you need the Federation rank of Rear Admiral or higher. It's a pretty nice ship all in all, but it's a little bit out of our price range. So instead I'm going for this one. This is the next ship that I want. Type 7 transporter. 17,472,252 credits. Now, I'm currently on 6,975 credits. I need a little bit more money, evidently. But that's not that far off, because we're going to do some passenger missions, which will take, might take about an hour, but you'll get to see some of the world. One that I'm thinking of doing is this one. He's wanted in multiple systems, but that's fine because I don't really sit in systems very much. And he's low value target, so he's unlikely to be sort of by hostile forces. Technically it would be an illegal action. And then my other possibility would be, oh, requirement's not yet met. I don't think I can. Yeah. Oh, and he's a high value target, so that's why his. Now the other one that caught my eye was this one. It's almost 1,000,000 credits. It's fair. We've got 4 locations here, but they're not that far apart considering that a 235 jump is... Well, that's about 20 jumps, something like that. The other one, there was another one which was only 800,000. That one's gone. Maybe it was just that one. Yeah, I think that one would be alright. We'll get some bits and pieces out of that, as well as some microcontrollers. There's only 4 to go in there, and we can do a few little jumps here and there. They're laid back, low value target. They're demanding, but it's a bit far though. I mean, compared to this guy, he's wanted in multiple systems. It's 1,000,000, but it's only 2 locations, isn't it? Oh, it's 3. It is 3. It's a tricky one. Yeah. Hello, person who's just popped in. Yeah, or I can haul some cargo. That's what cargo we've got. Oh, commodities. Oh god, where mission board? That's the one. Fortunately, there's no community missions, and they're apparently meant to be a really good way of making lots of money. And I don't think community goals don't have any community goals at the moment. We do have some data that we could transfer for a tiny amount of creds. We're gonna have to haul some people, I think. I mean, another reasonably decent way of making money I found was to just explore some random planets, and there's all sorts of useful stuff down there. I found some occupied escape pods and that sort of thing. So, and then get cartographics as well. Maybe just grab a quick mission and go somewhere. It's got some tourists, 13 tourists. We can do something a bit better than that. Transport that guy for 21,000. Transport that guy. I'd like to do that one, but he needs a luxury cabin, I think, so we can't do that. That's a shame. What have we got? So we've got 42,000 there. Might be. Well, that's only 69 light years away. That's what, 4 jumps. And he's illegal. He's criminal. That's why quite a lot of this stuff is worth a little bit more, because a lot of these people are criminals. Transportation. This isn't a bad one. Let's do that one. So we are off to... I'm doing good, how about you? Right. We are off to Omicron 2, right? Oh, it's a jump. Jump away. Yeah. Meant to be going to Omicron. Oh, I thought it was multiple jumps away. I must have got a bit confused. Right, okay. In school, you should be learning things, useful things, like, I don't know, orbital mechanics or something like that. I don't know what they teach in schools nowadays. I assume orbital mechanics should be high on the syllabus. Unless you're in the UK, which you wouldn't be actually this time of night. Actually, if you were in the UK and in school, you'd probably be nicking things. So, yeah, you should be learning programming or auto mechanics or something useful. Not watching a terrible Elite Dangerous stream. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some exploration shizzle, sort of transportation prisoners, not prisoners, tourists, totally tourists, and try not to carry too many criminals. There was an awful lot of criminals at that station that needed to be taken somewhere in a hurry. It's a bit weird. Lots of stuff has been done to Elite since possibly you last saw it. I don't know, you might have been watching my stuff before. It's a nice world. And that's the sun. Happy sun. Right, where do they need to go? They need to go there. To the barracks. That's odd. Tourists needing to go to the barracks. Expelled from your last school for hacking, eh? Shouldn't have got caught. Yeah, programming these days is the most important skill you can learn at the moment. Everybody wants programming. So when you do finally get out of school, that programming will come in a lot of use, and you get a decent job. I mean, even like the Cisco technicians, the networking technicians, CCNA would get a fair amount of cash, and CCNP would get even more. But you know, it comes with a price. CCNPs would get called out all over the place. But yeah, stick with it. In British schools, they've just started teaching kids how to program, which is foolish. It should have been done a long, long time ago. But alas, this stuff doesn't work all the time. Right, so yeah, off to Plinsky Barracks, and then hopefully they'll have some decent missions. Oh god. So yeah, I'll probably be doing about an hour of this. Oh, those were the days, using school computers for things that you weren't meant to be using them for. Until they started putting in those... started putting in a load of filters in British schools that didn't really work properly. And okay, they want what's up? Additional target. Oh, do I have someone after me? Oh, I'm apparently under attack. I don't seem to be under attack. No, there's a guy coming up behind me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, you might get to... Alright. This is the first time I've done combat in a little while. But if he wants to come after me, yeah. An exploring ship. Well, I haven't actually done any combat for quite a while, and apparently there's someone after me, but I don't see him. Put my hard points away. Yeah, well, yeah. Filters were never particularly difficult to get around. That was the part of the problem with them. They didn't really do anything, and they weren't particularly difficult to get around because they're invented by, or they're designed by people who don't test them to destruction. It's what you find with a lot of games. These indie companies, they create their game. They test them how they think the player is going to be playing them, not how they don't test their games to destruction, and then you find all these fun little problems with them. I mean, some of them do. But a lot of the green light stuff. Oof. Lots of people who just think their game is the most wonderful thing in the world and can't possibly break. Right, okay. Well, that person who was apparently attacking me, I think there might have been a bit of a bug there. Oh well. I'm sure they can't complain about not being attacked because their attacker got lost. Right. Yeah, no game is without bugs. I hope they don't complain. Oh god, that is a really, oh god. Oh, you should. I did a No Man's Sky stream on release of that game, and it's not a bad game. It was basically ruined by all the marketing, because it was just being marketed to everyone. People who like stuff like Elite Dangerous probably wouldn't mind No Man's Sky. I mean, the two games aren't particularly comparable. No Man's Sky was there was obviously a point where the developers realised that there wasn't really enough content there, and they had to lengthen the game. And instead of making the game, giving the players more ability to do things like build things or whatever, it was more, I know, let's just add in a load of fuel. You have to refuel everything. Right, let's ditch this stuff. I don't like these commodities very much. They just sort of give you stuff because you can't. The only thing you're going to do with them is sell them. So yeah, it's always a bit weird. Right, let's see what other missions there are. So we're up to 7 million now. Ooh. Oh. Far East Sky. I don't know where that is. Oh, that's 1,000 light years away. Maybe not. Oh, no, I couldn't do that one anyway because I don't meet the requirements. Ooh, this person. He wants a sightseeing adventure for 361. Okay. They just want a jump. I could do that, or I could do something completely different. And I'm going to do something that's completely different. Let's do a comparison with No Man's Sky, shall we? Let's drive around on a planet. Seriously, this is planets done right. Yeah, let's just move a little way away from the station and land. Yeah, we'll be fine. Maybe get onto the bright side of the planet. Yeah, that's locked. I would buy No Man's Sky again if it wasn't as expensive as it currently is. Ultimately, I just felt it wasn't a bad game, but I was suffering so many technical issues with the game that there was not really much point in keeping it. I couldn't really play it, and I had other games that could do what No Man's Sky did a lot better. Yeah, this is reasonably bumpy. It should be reasonably fun actually to bounce around. Right. We'll see what we can see down here. I need some land. I need a bit of flat land to just land on. Not seeing any. I should turn on my lights, which is in functions, isn't it? External lights. I mean, that bit looks reasonably flat. Might be alright. I mean, it's a bit of a steep cliff off to the side, but yeah. What's wrong with that? That should be alright. Ooh, favourite ship in this game so far? Ooh. Well, I've only got... I mean, I like the Asp. I do like the Asp. But I also quite like the Type 6 as well. I don't really have a favourite, because I haven't really explored everything there is yet. I've been... I did the ruins. I went down to see the ruins in the Asp, but... I do quite like this Asp, I have to say. The Vulture was fun. It's that new ship that they added that's got two large hardpoints. So that was quite a fun one. I've stuck a couple of multi-cannon to it. I'm not finding... Though, if we're also counting the little the Scarab as a ship, totally the Scarab, it's awesome. And my computer is sounding like it's about to take off. It's slightly concerning. Oh, come on. I need some land. I need something that's... All this land is apparently unsuitable. Oh. Landing gear down. That might be an idea. Though I have to say, one of the downsides of the Asps is I've found out with the... ooh, should be alright. With the engineer. I can't remember which engineer it was. It was quite a heavy world, quite a high gravity world, and on landing I lost all of my shields and 30% of the hull because I just smashed down into it. So yeah, that was interesting. That was a fun experience. I need full beam. It's a little bit dark out here. Let's go for a drive. See what there is to find. But yeah, if I'm just hauling stuff, and certainly the Type 6 is a brilliant ship. The Asp is, on the other hand, is great for the exploring. I haven't done a lot of combat. I probably should one day. Maybe when I get the Anaconda. That's a way off. I would quite like to get an Orca actually. The sort of passenger liners. I think that's the cheapest one. Or the Beluga, which is the more expensive one. Right, I'm heading for an interesting blip. I haven't quite worked out what these long blips are yet. So every time I've followed one, they've led me to an ore thing that can't be destroyed. Like a big rock. Right, that is going to be small rocks. I found some really reasonably decent stuff. Yeah, I really enjoy the planets. It's I wish they would, you know, add, you know, more diverse planets that you could land on. But the buggies just feel right. Yeah, it looks great. It looks like, well, it looks like an ocean liner. I would quite like to get one of those one day. But first, well, that was a terrible piece of driving. First, I've got to get the Type 7. Maybe one day a Type 9. Oh, it's always fun watching the Type 9s get into the stations. Right, this looks interesting. I'm not so bothered about the long line, because I've not found out what they actually are yet. But there is something over this way that might be interesting. No, no, no. Bad. Bad shit. This way, this way. There we go. Could it be that thing there? I see a sort of a blackness. No. I mean, there is something that way, but I don't think that's anything. I need to go sort of more this way towards that wisp. Let's get over those rocks. Yeah, they look reasonably, like the Imperial Clipper looks reasonably, I guess, organic. Sort of long flowing lines. I've always been more of a fan of the ones that look a little bit more like workhorses. I mean, I do like the Orca, and I would quite like to own an Orca one day. Yes, you are seeing the worst driving ever here. Plus, I've lost my blips. Is it over this way? No. Yeah, I've always been more of a fan of the workhorses, the ones that don't look particularly. They've got their own sort of style to them, but I wouldn't necessarily call them good looking. Just sort of big hunks of metal with flat fronts and that sort of thing. Right, I've completely lost that interesting blip now. I'll go over this way towards this wisp. Do a bit of some bouncing. This scarab is great. They knew that people would want to just bounce around on planets, and so they put in jumps and they put in the thrusters so you can boost up and you can turn the ship. It's just a fun experience. And this was, you know, part of No Man's Sky's issue, was that there was no fast way of moving around on the planet, so all the terrain that they built was pretty much useless. And then you had your ships, but there was no skill to landing the ships. You were either flying or you were landed. So yeah, it kind of removed quite a lot of the the skill aspect ultimately of flying things around. Made it a little bit more console-y, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I was doing some coding today, and I've got these designs down for gas pipes, and I suddenly realised that actually I didn't need to have a gas pipe that could detect where the next gas pipe along was in order to put a flow of gas through, because there's only going to be one gas pipe. So all I need to do is the individual gas pieces, because they need to be individual to deal with damage and the like. All you really need to do is have a little thing that says whether or not everything's working, and then you can have your gas arrive at a location instead of doing all this, you know, complicated collision stuff. So sometimes making a something far more simple than you first planned it to be isn't a bad thing. It makes everything life a lot easier, and you're not doing pointless code. The problems would come if I then wanted the player to be able to add those pipes themselves, because the code wouldn't be in there. They would either have to either I would have to change the code substantially to allow for that, or there's some blips over here, or the player would be forced into a very static form of moving things around. So yeah, we go back. I usually go back to No Man's Sky a little bit when talking about design problems. A fair few. And then you just bounce around on a planet in Elite, and it just feels right. And you can't really describe it. When something feels right, you may not necessarily be able to describe why it feels right. But it's bouncy and it's fun, and it doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't say, oh, you're going too fast, you have to slow down for this bit. It just says, yeah, okay, you're going too fast, you're going to spin out, or you're going to damage your vessel. But we're not actually going to tell you what's going to happen. Like, I'm about to spin out there, and then you screw up that one. Right, where am I? There. There's some. Ooh, hold on. There's something over there. That one? No, my ship's down. What's that? That's not a rock, is it, that I'm heading towards? No, it looks like another landed ship. Oh, wait, is that the barracks? I didn't really fly that far away, so that could potentially just be the barracks. Hold on. Lock target. Yeah, that's the barracks. Apparently. No, that's not the barracks. It's another ship. Okay, what's the... That is a gorgeous, gorgeous ship. What on earth is that? Well, it's got a fighter bay on it. Oh, it's a Federal Navy ship. Ooh. It's not mine. I wish I could board that and just take it. I believe boarding ships is meant to be coming at some point. I'm not adverse to a bit of piracy if it means taking one of these. Usually I draw the line at piracy. But that is a nice ship. Right. I might actually have to cut this shorter than I would have done. My computer's getting very, very warm. I'm not completely certain why either. But that's just a nice find, that is. I knew you could come across ships, but I've never actually done it. That is, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'll probably be off soon as well. Oh, you're oh well, I might end it there. Actually, we'll end it. We'll end it on not actually doing very much, but end it on the finding a Federal Navy ship just landed in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good way to end it. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream. Those that did at that point, it's nice chatting to you. And those that watch this later, thanks for watching this later as well. Hope it all goes all right for everyone in America. You know, no matter who you get in, I mean they're both pretty awful candidates all in all, but no matter who you get in, you know, if they say something you don't like, if they're trying to pass laws that you don't like, protest, because that is your right to do so. But yeah, I'm gonna end this stream here. So good luck with that in America, and Planet Coaster is out at some point, so I'll be playing an awful lot of that, and there'll be a fair amount of streamy stuff on that as well. But for now, I'll say thanks very much for watching, and I will see you lot next time.